You guys, we have got to talk about this entire David situation because a really big update has just been given to the public after the public has been waiting on quite literally anything from authorities because it has been so long since we've really gotten a huge update. So we're going to get into what exactly has been made public recently. The last time we talked about this story, things had gotten incredibly dark. Back then, what we knew was that Celeste Rivas had been found inside the front trunk of a Tesla registered to the artist David, whose real name is David Burke. She had been missing for over a year, and when the car was inspected after being left abandoned and impounded, the smell coming from it led authorities to her remains. What made it even more disturbing was all the stuff that people started digging up. Matching tattoos between David and Celeste, photos of them together, alleged Discord conversations, lyrics from unreleased songs mentioning her name, even imagery from his concerts and music videos that eerily mirrored how she was found. Plus, things he said in interviews about his alter ego, Itami, had people looking at him sideways.
And I wanted to make my own manga series at one point, and I was writing a lot of poems and writing a lot of things for it. And a big part of that manga was an evil version of me named Itami, which means pain in Japanese. And he wears his blindfold, and he's basically an agent of chaos and kind of my alter ego. And the story of the manga went like I was a detective, and there was an evil version of myself that would kind of come out at random moments, kind of like Fight Club with Tyler Durden. And he would commit the crimes that I would have to solve as the detective. So like when I was as the detective, I'd be like solving murders that I'm committing myself. And it was like a cool little story. I didn't think anything would come of it. Like it was in the string theory. And I have this alter ego called Itami, which means pain in Japanese, where everybody's connected from this invisible life force that connects you to either your soulmate or friends you meet or people you encounter in your life. And I flipped that for this story, as in everybody is connected to Itami, my alter ego, who is like the agent of chaos in my entire aesthetic. You see him in various music videos. He'll pop up, and he's basically like the evil version of me. And he's kind of garnered this cult that followed after him. And in the One More Dance music video, you follow a relationship of two of the cult members, and they're going around with me in the trunk to bury me after I died. And they're just like wreaking havoc on the city. And that's a kind of cool like piece to show just like the layers that I have to this lore and this world building that I'm doing leading up to this album. So I've been working on it for years too, so it's kind of amazing to see it come to fruition.
It was all adding up to make him look extremely suspicious. And then there were videos of them on stream together before.
I media trained you. That's controversial.
It's controversial of kids.
Really good.
Okay,
It's been a good one. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Mwah, 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 mwah. Oh my! Delete everything. Delete everything. Everything goes.
So as if the case wasn't already terrifying, things had really just escalated that much further upon the internet discovering all of this. So here's what we know right now. As of right now, what we know is that Celeste Rivas was found in early September, and she was reportedly discovered in the front trunk of David's Tesla. Not all of her was there, which also makes the whole situation that much more disturbing and a clear sign that someone had done something here. Like someone had to be involved. Like she did not get there on her own. The Tesla had been left abandoned on a Hollywood street and towed to an impound lot, and when it was finally inspected, the horror was revealed. With everything people have been digging up online about David, they were looking at him and wondering why authorities hadn't made an arrest or something, because they just felt like he looked very suspicious. Like I said, there were all those signs that pointed to his connection to Celeste, and people were just extremely disturbed. Especially because when authorities made the discovery at first, David was on tour and he didn't even stop his tour. In fact, at first, some people just thought that this was some weird, horrible thing that happened to him and were acting like, oh, he's on tour, he has nothing to do with this, his car must have been stolen or something. But once it came out that he had a possible connection to Celeste, his tour was then canceled and he stopped posting online entirely. And it's just been silence from him. And for a while, nothing was happening with him and there weren't any updates from authorities. But this week, it was finally made known that he was being treated as a suspect. Law enforcement sources with direct knowledge told the press this information this week. Now, it hasn't been confirmed in any formal paperwork that we know of right now, at least according to the press, but they have been told that investigators are looking at David as a suspect. As of right now, his rental home in the Hollywood Hills has been searched. There is also a report that he took a trip to a remote area in Santa Barbara County just before going on tour, and investigators are reportedly looking into whether that trip has any connection to Celeste's death. TMZ wrote, one source claims the police investigation revealed that around spring of 2025, David took a trip in the middle of the night to a remote area of Santa Barbara County and remained there for several hours. It's also unclear why a spring trip would be on LAPD's radar. Now, TMZ also noted that they have not been able to find a photo or video of Celeste since September 2024. I believe this is one of the last photos that they've been able to find from when she attended a party with David, allegedly. She was photographed behind him, and this party was said to have been held at his house. According to TMZ, we've spoken to several eyewitnesses who attended the party, and they all confirm they saw the person in this photo, and they believe that's Rivas. People have just been so disturbed by this whole story, with them first thinking that this man couldn't have had anything to do with this, to then finding out that he actually knew her, and the fact that she's about 5 years younger than him. Like, why is a 20-year-old associating with someone who's 14? And they've allegedly known each other for a minute now, too, making her even younger when they allegedly first started becoming friends, like 11 or 12. And to a lot of people, his silence is extremely telling. Like, I'm sure his legal team is telling him not to be on the internet at all, but also people just feel like, you know, if he had absolutely nothing to do with it, you would think that he would just keep it pushing. But obviously, if he's not guilty of this crime, these photos of them on the internet, them hanging out, him hanging out with her, with that age gap, that's looking like another crime. Now, it is unclear at this moment if the cops have any other suspects besides David, but according to reports, they're saying that the way in which Celeste was found, they believe that it couldn't have just been one person, with TMZ reporting that it strongly suggests whoever did it had help from other people. LAPD told the press Monday that they are not close to making an arrest though, so it's just a waiting game to see who and when people will be held responsible for this horrifying situation. But truly, with this information of David even just now being named a suspect, people are expressing how fed up they are with the pacing of this, as they've all just been like, yeah, no, he's the suspect. We could have told you that from like a month ago.
Did y'all hear police just now named the singer D4VD? I'm not calling him David. It's spelled like D4VD. I'm calling him D4VD. Six slack. And I want to know what the so long. TikTok figured that in a day. You want to get a case solved quickly, do not go to the police. Go to your local Reddit comment section, TikTok comment section, Instagram comment section, YouTube comment section, and look for somebody that watches way too much true crime. They're the real detectives. I felt like I was looking at court case documents when I was scrolling on TikTok. They were like, well, first of all, he's definitely dating the little girl. This is him paying off the middle school friends that she has. Also, this is her on this day, the day before she went missing. Also, the bodyguard probably did something with it. Also, just for police a month and a half later to go, he is now a suspect. When it first drops, they were like, yeah, no, we're not even looking into him. He's on tour. Nothing suspicious about him being on tour and having bloody funeral flowers everywhere. Arrest that man immediately. What the fuck? Even if he didn't do it and didn't the girl, he was dating a child. Y'all have a good night.
The internet, we solved this months ago. Where have y'all been? This man, the concerts, the lyrics, everything. It was like the sick man wanted us to know. He wanted us to find out. And then you guys over here like, this is a tough case to crack. If only the car that we found this poor girl in was registered to someone. Oh, wait, it was registered to the singer David. But, that's not enough evidence for us to make him a suspect. Like, everyone on this app was moving like Batman. We solved this case in 2 to 3 business days. But, like, I know justice should be blind, but detectives shouldn't be. Why are you guys moving so slow? You guys are moving like the Duffer Brothers making a Stranger Things sequel. Like, what's going on? Just give us the badge, okay?
A lot of this just doesn't sit right with people, how long this is all taking, but as of right now, that is what has been said to the press and what we know and what has been made public. I'm really hoping that it is the case where this is a lot farther along than the public is aware of, and that they only want to come out and make certain things public when they officially have an arrest, or, you know, something very big is happening in this case where someone is taken into custody or something like that. But I guess we will just have to see as more information slowly is revealed to the public. but I will let you guys know if anything else happens. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.